Hello friends, I'm so excited to see you back here for another exciting episode of I Am a Work of Art. Friends, I've got a question for you. Did you hear about the artist that always took things too far? Because she didn't know where to draw the line. Our guest today is Clara Rabe from Johannesburg, and she's a fine artist. What is a fine artist, you ask? Well, it is a form of art such as painting or sculpture. It is about the creation of beautiful pieces that will appeal to people's emotions. You know, like when you look at a painting and you just go, oh wow, this is beautiful. Some of South Africa's top fine artists include the likes of William Kentridge, Blessing Gobeni, Adrian Diedrichs, and of course, Lillian Gray Art School, who uses digital technology to paint. Fine art can be taught from a young age all the way to university level. Schools like the famous Michaela School of Fine Art in Cape Town, National School of the Arts, Wits University, and Stellenbosch University all offer courses in art. So let's go meet our young fine artist.
I'm Clara, I'm 8 years old, and I'm a fine artist. I really like drawing because you can do it in lots of different shades, and I really like mixed media because you can just be creative and you can put everything inside. And I also like pottery a lot because you can just create 3D form.
Clara is a very easy child, I must say. It's really been a breeze to raise that child. It's been a lot of joy.
I still have my first painting ever and I still like it. It's an owl on a branch with flags on top of him.
I think she's serious. I've had a lot of hard time trying to explain to her that when I call her serious, it's a compliment. It's not a problem for her to be serious because she takes it very seriously when I say that to her.
I think I started with my art, like scribbling and just drawing for fun. But I could draw before I could write.
Artworks can be seen in many public places, like at galleries, a place that showcases artworks, on billboards, office buildings, magazines, and private studios. But did you know that not all fine artists paint? Some create beautiful sculptures and statues.
I think my favorite things to paint is not realistic things. Like, for instance, a Picasso painting thing-majiggy, like a Picasso cat. I'd like to paint that because it's fun. Because it just gives me time to be creative and gives me space and it's relaxing and you don't need to worry about stuff. Like, I get my idea from this artist and then this artist and then this artist and then this artist. And then I make it one artist and then I make it mine.
I think that perfectionistic streak definitely comes from her dad, and I'm more bigger picture.
I think one day she will have something to say because of me, and she'll know how to say it because of Lillian.
Aww.
These are the main art forms that people practice around the world. Painting is the art or skill of applying paint to a surface using brushes and other tools to create a final work, which is then called a painting. A sculpture is an artistic form in which hard or plastic material like clay, wax, stone, metal, fabric, glass, wood, plaster, rubber are worked into three-dimensional art objects like statues. Architecture is the art and science of designing buildings and other physical structures. It often includes the whole design of the building and sometimes even furniture. Drawing, the way of making a picture using material like pencil, chalk, charcoal, crayons, pastels, and ink. You can draw on paper on any surface that marks show up on. But remember, friends, when you're painting, make sure you don't create a mess or paint on mom and dad's wall. Try to find some space away from the furniture.
My idols are my granny and my mom and my dad.
As jy nie weet wat jy wil teken uit jou kop nie, kan jy 'n afskrif van 'n prentjie kry en dan doen jy die buitelyn.
Ja.
Maar vandag gaan Clara sommer uit haar kop teken. As 'n student is sy baie gehoorsaam. Sy luister wat jy sê maar jy kan in daai koppie en in daai oë sien, okay ouma, ek gaan dit nou verander, wat kan ek bysit, hoe kan ons dit en dit, so sy hou my op my tone, want ek moet byhou, maar sy hou my jonk.
Clara was raised with my mom-in-law, who is a potter and a ceramicist, so she had that input from a very young age. She also had me and my art, and she was basically raised next to my easel. So I think she's from a very young age. She's just been immersed into this creativity in this creative world.
My mom's an artist, so I was always around her, and she worked at home. She just always taught me how to draw and to paint and to expedia.
There we go. I like that. That works.
She's done it since she was very little, so she knows all the tricks and knows what not to do and what to do.
I think it's very important to let that child flourish and discover what they want to say, what's their message, what is the things Clara feels serious about, what colours does she want to use. So we're always talking about art as a visual communication, and I'm always asking her, what's your message? What do you want to say?
The way I describe my art is I'd always bring a message. For instance, my global warming thing, I imagined the world getting grated down, so I just painted that.
They did global warming at school, and she came home and she said to me, Mom, it feels like somebody is grating the earth. And she just made this artwork of the earth being grated, and that was her emotional reaction to global warming.
Did you know art serves many functions in society? It can bring pleasure and beauty to the space. Some artists draw things they would like to see in the future. It can also be used to convey certain messages. Some of the most famous paintings in the world include the Mona Lisa and the Last Supper, which were both painted by Leonardo da Vinci. Hey friends, I have an idea. Look around your home. Do you have any paintings hanging on the wall? Guess what? A fine artist painted those. Nice, hey? Stay tuned, we'll be back after the break. Welcome back. This is I Am a Work of Art, and today we are talking all things art. I'm a Work of Art is a show for talented young people, and our guest and friend today is the very talented 8-year-old Clara Rabe. If you just tuned in, you missed out a bit about Clara, but stay tuned as we get to chat to her art teacher.
Our school actually started about 5 years ago. We've got students that just really excel, and they take their art serious because they want to either get into animation or set design or fashion design, and art is the basis for most of those careers.
What made me become an art teacher is because it's the most awesome job in the world.
Teacher Adele is kind and friendly, and she's never rushing, so it's nice to not be rushed.
So you can start with your basic strokes very, very lightly, add your contour lines, and then you can start adding your shading. She's super smart, hardworking, dedicated, but the thing that stands out for me about Clara is that she is very, very teachable, and she's like a little sponge. Always wanting to know more, to have more information, and just to develop herself all the time.
Friends, there are many painting styles, but these are the most popular ones. Realism is where the subject of the painting looks more like a real thing. Painterly is a style of painting that can be recognized by the brush strokes and the texture left on the canvas. Impressionism is a type of painting that appears to be rough and unfinished, and usually has small, thin brush strokes. Abstract. This type of painting is also known as contemporary or modern art. It doesn't show anything from real life. The aim of this painting is to let the viewer come up with their own meaning.
I practice quite a lot, every day when I get home and I'm bored, then I always figure out a game, and then I have to draw that game out, and then I have to maybe I want to make drawings on the sides of the game.
The thing about Clara is she's extremely self-driven. Last year we had an art exhibition at Cresta Mall and she sold 3 paintings to independent people that we've never met, wasn't family members. Now she's won the National Young Artists Award, so that is a major accomplishment for her. She's been item winner for sculpture, pottery, painting, drawing. This year she won photography. She's just a very versatile artist in all mediums because she's got such a keen eye for detail.
It's a combination of talent and dedication, and she's also being mentored permanently.
Well, I do have this one Procreate drawing that I'm busy with. It's a dancer. She's sitting in this weird pretzel position. And that's what I'm doing at the moment. And I'm also drawing my cat. He's a ginger cat, and his name is Peanut, and he's really, really cuddly, and he always wanted to be with me. I just think he's like a really good thing to like paint because he's always in different positions.
As a teacher, I think I just want Clara to feel empowered in her art and to feel like she can do whatever.
I'd really like to have an exhibition one day in Germany because like I think Germany is a cool place.
She's just amazed me in her dedication.
If you can create the opportunity for a child to spend 10,000 hours practicing whatever it is that they're good at or they're interested in, then that's going to be special. It's going to set them apart one day.
Art is very important and has great benefits for children. Art helps kids to be more creative, have confidence, be good at solving problems, and be able to give and receive feedback. It's time to meet our mentor for today. Aisha Waja is an art curator and project manager at the Project Space in Johannesburg. She's also the fair manager for the RMB Turbine Art Fair, a unique South African art fair that brings together exhibitors from around the country. She is also an independent curator, art practitioner, and arts mentor. Aisha is passionate about and advocates for the development of female artists and creatives, specifically women of color.
So essentially, a curator organizes exhibitions and they work very closely with the artists to put together those exhibitions. So they will decide on a theme, research that theme or the concept, contact the artists, organize some of the logistics around that, find a venue, and then, in many cases they write proposals for funding for those exhibitions and then have the exhibitions come together. It's really important for artists to associate themselves with curators, with writers, with gallerists, but then other creatives in the industry and even outside of the visual arts, just to have critical minds around them and who can help and guide them through their career.
As you can see from Clara, art really takes some patience and hard work, but never let the hard work scare you, because in the end of it all, you will produce a fine piece of art. They say art is the food for soul, whether children are getting messy with their finger paints, drawing with sidewalk chalk, making a collage, or coloring in their coloring book. There's nothing that makes children happier than creating their own art. Stick around and we will be back after the break. Oh hey, welcome back to I Am a Work of Art. Our special friend and guest today is Clara Rabe. She's a fine artist. Her paintings are beautiful, and one day I hope to have one hanging in my room. It's time to meet our mentor for today. Let's go!
Lovely to meet you. I hear you're an artist.
Yeah, these are my artworks. I'd like to tell you about my global warming. If you throw litter into the sea, then the fish eat the litter, then you eat the fish. That one up there, the screen, came out really well for print, and I like that I put the mask on him or her.
Did you use lino cut for that?
Yes.
Wow, it's really beautiful. You have such nice skill. It's very clearly lined. That's amazing.
The leopard over there, I like because I put the African patterns in the background, and I like that I used Sunny Graffiti's leopard on top of that.
Do you like using a lot of patterns in your work?
Yes.
And colors?
Yes.
Wow, it really shows. What are your favorite things to talk about when you make art? I see that you've done global warming. Are you very interested in the environment and saving the environment?
Yes, and I'm also interested in the problems in the world.
And you think that art, or do you want to use art to tell the world about these issues and really raise awareness about them?
Yes.
That's really amazing. We need a lot of artists to really raise as much awareness about all of our global problems so that people can change. Do you believe in that? Do you think
Yes.
that that's what your voice is for?
Yes.
That's amazing. That's so incredible. How old are you?
I'm 8 years old.
For 8 years, that's amazing. I couldn't even do all of that when I was 8. So to see what she's achieved at her age is incredible. She has some really incredible concepts for her work. For an 8-year-old, she really is thinking about the big issues that she wants to talk about, and she has a lot of heart and energy that she puts into that. And she's definitely got a lot of drive, so I think she's gonna make it.
I really like what she said because it was really understandable for me.
So the reason I'm here today is to mentor you. I am a curator. When curators put exhibitions together, they really look for how strong your concept is and how that shows through the work. So if we look at the one on global warming, it's so obvious that it's about global warming because you can see, what you've done with the fish and the person and how they come together. And for me, it's so amazing that you're able to pick that up. When you're able to talk about the issues you want to raise in your art, curators really like when that comes through your work very clearly. That's one of the things that they look for. They also look for a lot of skill and how finished your work is. So if your work looks like it's completed, so like your lino clad, it's very clean and you can see that you've worked very hard on it. But then exhibitions are always themed most of the time. Sometimes a curator will come to you and they'll say, I'm having an exhibition about sunflowers. And then you've got to think about, what do sunflowers mean to you, or how would you put sunflowers in your work? And it could be anything. It doesn't have to be just a picture of a sunflower. It could be just the color yellow or something like that. So it really is about how you respond to that theme and what you want to say about that theme, and then whether that comes across in your work. And that's what makes a successful work. I think she has incredible skill. She is quite young, but a lot of her work has a lot of potential. As she grows, she'll refine her skill a lot more in her ideas. Yeah, I think she has what it takes, and she's doing very well for her age.
Please give me some tips how to prepare an exhibition.
So the most important one is to make sure that your work is finished. Then it's also to be confident in your work, because some exhibitions will require you to talk about your work. And people love it when they hear from the artist. If someone's interested in your work and they can come and talk to you about it, and they hear the passion in your voice, they're more likely to want to buy your work and support you. So it's very important to be able to talk about your work.
Thank you.
Watching Aisha and Clara, I feel like I will be a fine artist by the end of today. My paintbrushes are waiting for me. Let's now see how Aisha will challenge Clara today and what will happen.
So Clara, I gave you some tips on themed exhibitions earlier. So today I'm going to challenge you to make an artwork about endangered animals. It doesn't have to be exactly the animal that you want to talk about, but whatever you think represents endangered animals to you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, this is the idea. I drew a rhino with a human body, I guess, and busy pointing a machine gun to a plain land full of trees and stuff. The animals are gonna fight back if you keep killing them. So that's the thing that I'm trying to build up here.
That's amazing. I think you can definitely be part of our exhibition. That is such an amazing concept, and I think everyone needs to know about it. Thank you for sharing this. I gave Clara the challenge to create an artwork on endangered animals. I decided on that because, she really is interested in the environment and speaking about environmental issues. So I knew that would be close to her heart.
The challenge was about showing her what I react to when I hear endangered animals.
It has really big ideas and she just needs to push that and hold on to those ideas.
I thought it was quite challenging and I thought it was nice because I could show her my drawing skills and my planning skills. It was also a very positive experience.
Okay, so Clara, I'm going to offer you some final tips for becoming an artist. So I think it's important to use different mediums and explore what they have to offer, because there's not only one way to tell your story, and different mediums allow you to tell your story in so many different ways, and people respond to things in more ways then. So it's really important to explore your options and not stick to one medium, to always stay true to what it is that you want to say. The art industry is very hard, but if you believe in yourself and you stay true to what you want to do as an artist and the message you want to say, I think you can go to really amazing places around the world.
My future plans are going to a really big exhibition and going to the Louvre and doing my own art mural. I think my mural would be about the problems in the past and how they've changed.
My advice to young artists would be to keep doing what you love and to do it with passion and to believe in yourself and to keep trying. Learn as much as you can about what you want to do, about the skill that you want to work with. So if you want to draw, if you want to paint, know as much as you want to about it, and then also learn to break the rules a bit and have fun and enjoy it.
Paint out what you want to paint. Don't paint what other people say you should paint, or draw, or do what you feel fun doing with.
Clara, I think your work is amazing. You are an incredible young artist, an incredible young lady. Can't wait to see your work in exhibitions in the future and maybe work with you as well.
I'm Clara. I'm 8 years old. I'm an artist and I am a work of art.
Well, boys and girls, that's all we have time for today. I really hope you enjoyed meeting Clara and learning about fine art as much as I did. Remember, we all have a Picasso in us. But please, guys, no painting on Mummy and Daddy's wall because you will get into trouble. So until next time, when we meet another amazing youngster, stay well and stay safe. Goodbye.